Don't pull for GALBRENA just because she's beautiful, sexy, and badass. And don't pull for her carelessly if you are not planning to get QIUYUAN in the future, unless you want your account to fall apart. So the Wuthering Waves banner is about to change soon, and yes, we are welcoming our newest fusion main DPS, GALBRENA. Although she wields pistols, GALBRENA also seems capable of attacking with her wings. But is GALBRENA truly the right pick for your account? Here are the things you need to know and understand before spending your hard-earned astride on this lady's banner. So let's go! The first thing to talk about is materials. If you are planning to pull for GALBRENA on the very first day of her banner release, you should know that it'll be quite difficult to max out all of her talents within the first week. This is because one of the materials required can only be obtained from the new weekly boss that will be arrived in upcoming patch, which is Leviathan. I'm still not entirely sure whether this new material will be available through a supply pack update after the patch or not. However, aside from that, the character level up materials can already be farmed starting now, such as Stone Rose and Crown of the Puppet King from the False Sovereign enemy. Meanwhile, her talent materials can also be pre-farmed early, like Tidal Residuum and Phlogiston, which are used for pistol-type weapons. So before you decide to pull for GALBRENA, make sure you are already familiar with her kit, which we will discuss next, Echo Skill Damage. GALBRENA's damage mainly comes from heavy attacks and Echo Skill Damage. Most of her attacks fall under one of these two categories. For example, her basic attack and mid-air attack. She has 4 basic attack sequences, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first 3 hits are considered heavy attack damage, while the 4th hit, where she strikes a stylish pose and fires like Bayonetta, is categorized as Echo Skill Damage. Similarly, the final hit of her heavy attack combo also counts as Echo Skill Damage. As for her mid-air attacks, GALBRENA has 2 types. If you press basic attack in mid-air, she performs a plunge attack. If you hold basic attack, she unleashes a rain of bullets from above, consuming stamina. Both of these are considered heavy attack damage, meaning all of her aerial attacks scale as heavy attacks. Even her resonance skills follow the same rule. However, keep in mind as of now, there are no support characters that can amplify Echo Skill Damage. Yes, we know QIUYUAN will eventually fill that role, but he has not been released yet. So for the time being, GALBRENA's optimal team setup will likely consist of FORTE and Shorekeeper as her main supports. Now, the third thing you need to know is about GALBRENA's FORTE special, which comes in 2 distinct types. This is an overview of GALBRENA's FORTE system. As you can see, there are 2 colors, red and blue. Their numbers look uneven because the red FORTE bar only has 40 points, while the blue FORTE bar has 100 points. Filling up the blue FORTE is actually quite simple. All you need to do is attack enemies as usual. Your normal attacks, heavy attacks, mid-air attacks, resonance skill, and even intro skill can all generate blue FORTE energy. However, what's actually difficult is charging the red FORTE, and this is important to understand if you want to maximize her damage potential. The red FORTE, with its 40 points, grants up to a 60% damage boost depending on how much it's filled. This bonus becomes crucial when you activate the blue FORTE, which we will talk about it in a moment. Despite its powerful boost, the red FORTE is hard to stack because it relies on your teammates to cast Echo skills. Every time an ally casts Echo skills, GALBRENA restores 8 red FORTE points. So for example, in a team like GALBRENA, FORTE, and Shorekeeper, they can likely contribute 3 Echo skill casts in total, which equals roughly 1.5 times 24 equals to 36% damage boost for GALBRENA's new enhanced basic attack combo. So why not use Cantarella or even Rochia instead of FORTE? Yes, I know, Cantarella can technically help stack GALBRENA's red FORTE, since several of her abilities count as casting Echo skills, such as her resonance skill in Mirage State, Resonance Liberation, and even her FORTE. But the issue is that Cantarella's outro only amplifies resonance skill damage and havoc damage, none of which benefit GALBRENA. In fact, GALBRENA's resonance skill damage is categorized as heavy attack damage, so she does not gain anything from Cantarella's outro. The same goes for Rochia's outro, which amplifies basic attack damage. Again, GALBRENA's basic attacks are actually treated as heavy attack damage or Echo skill damage, so she cannot make full use of it either. And what about this ghost lady? Frolova also relies on allies casting Echo skills, meaning both she and GALBRENA share the same dependency. So I don't think Frolova can help fulfill GALBRENA's Red Forte requirements either. Which brings us to the next point. There is one person who can truly help GALBRENA meet all of her needs. Let's welcome QIUYUAN, the key to unlocking GALBRENA's full potential. By including QIUYUAN in your team, all the weaknesses we mentioned earlier can finally be solved. If you take a quick look at QIUYUAN's kit, his Forte circuit allows him to perform several sword slashes against enemies, and each use of this skill counts as casting an echo skill. These sword slashes occur 3 times, each with a different technique name, meaning they can contribute a total of 8 times 3 or 24 Red Forte points, or roughly a 36% damage boost to GALBRENA's new enhanced basic attack. With this setup, a team like GALBRENA, QIUYUAN, and Shorekeeper can easily help GALBRENA reach the full 40 Red Forte points, granting her the maximum 60% damage boost. What makes QIUYUAN an ideal support is his outro skill, which amplifies the next Resonator's echo skill damage by 50%, an insanely massive buff. That means no more wasted damage amplification from someone's outro skill, unlike when you use Cantarella as GALBRENA's support. So if you truly care about maximizing GALBRENA's full potential but don't plan to pull for QIUYUAN, you might want to rethink that decision. Go big or go home, I guess. Now that GALBRENA's Red Forte problem is solved thanks to QIUYUAN, the question is, what's next? Where can we make use of this 60% damage boost? The answer lies in the next point. The next thing you need to know about GALBRENA is that most of her damage comes from her Blue Forte, also known as Wing Mode, at least that's what I called it. The damage boost you have been building up from the Red Forte becomes useful once you activate her Blue Forte. When the blue bar reaches 100 points, her resonance skill button will start glowing. Simply press it and GALBRENA will enter the Wing Mode. In this state, all of her basic attacks are enhanced and completely reworked. She performs 5 consecutive attacks using her wings, kinda similar to QIUYUAN from Zenless Zone Zero. I don't really have any other reference than her, sorry. While in Wing Mode, every use of her new enhanced basic attack or heavy attack will continuously consume the Blue Forte bar until it runs out. So your main rotation will be to spam her attacks while she is in this mode, then rebuild the Blue Forte again while repeating her rotation. But here's something important. GALBRENA's damage boost does not just come from her Red Forte. Her Resonance Liberation also plays a major role in amplifying her damage output, and that brings us to the next crucial point: ultimate at the right timing. One very important thing you need to know about GALBRENA is that you can't just activate her Resonance Liberation carelessly. When used, her ultimate makes her fire multiple shots at the enemy, and once again, this damage is classified as echo skill damage. However, the real value of her ultimate is not just the hits, it's the buff it provides. Upon activation, GALBRENA gains an 85% multiplier increase to her new enhanced basic attacks, and all her transform attacks, for 14 seconds. That's why before you start slashing enemies with her wings and consuming the Blue Forte, it's best to activate her Resonance Liberation first. Otherwise, you will waste that massive 85% multiplier buff, since it only lasts for 14 seconds and only works when GALBRENA is in her Wing Mode. After going through the previous points, it's clear that GALBRENA is a character packed with a ton of self-buffs built directly into her kit. This is further supported by several of her inherent skill or passives. Every time GALBRENA performs a basic attack, intro skill, mid-air attack, dodge counter, or even use her Resonance skill or Resonance Liberation, she gets a 5% damage amplification, stackable up to 4 times. So basically, all you need to do is keep attacking and GALBRENA will easily build up a 20% total damage amplification for all of her attacks. Then from her Forte circuit, using intro skill, sliding, the 4th hit of her new basic attack combo, or Resonance skill, grants additional 20% attack increase. So to sum it all up, GALBRENA's self-buffs include 60% damage boost, 85% multiplier increase, 20% damage amplification, and 20% attack increase. Pretty insane, right? With that, now that we fully understand GALBRENA's kit and all of her potential, it's finally time to figure out which echo set works best for her. We know that GALBRENA benefits greatly from buffs related to heavy attack damage, echo skill damage, and even fusion damage. That's why the new 3-piece set Flame Wings Shadow seems almost tailor-made for her. When you deal echo skill damage, your heavy attack crit rate increases by 20%, and vice versa. When both of these effects are active at the same time, the user also gets a 16% fusion damage bonus. As for the main echo, the best option for her appears to be Korosaurus, I think. When equipped, it grants 12% fusion damage bonus and 20% echo skill damage bonus, both of which perfectly complement Galbrena's damage profile. In conclusion, Galbrena indeed possesses a lot of strong self-buffs, but that doesn't make her a self-sufficient unit. She still heavily relies on her teammates, especially to charge her red forte, which provides her the crucial 60% damage boost. So for those of you who are a great fan of using dungeon solo in clearing Tower of Adversity, I think Galbrena won't be able to clear it solo mode, at least until we tried her when she released later. Her team choices are also quite specific. If her allies can amplify heavy attack or echo skill damage, or cast abilities that count as echo skills, then those characters will become Galbrena's best companion in battle. So those are all the important things you need to know before you decide to spend your astride on Galbrena's banner and bring her home. Hopefully this video helps you to understand her potential better and clears up any confusion on whether you should pull for Galbrena along with QIUYUAN or skip them entirely. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!